Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my continuing list of my top 5 favorite WrestleMania matches. I'm posting my number 3 pick a little late. I was at a concert, so I didn't get to post my number 3 pick till now. So sorry about the late upload. But here it is, my number 3. Before I get my number 3 favorite Mania match of all time. If you haven't seen my other 2 picks, my number 5 favorite was Triple H's best friend Shawn Michaels against Ric Flair. It was Triple H himself at number 4 with Undertaker, specifically in a match at WrestleMania 28, the Hell in a Cell match. Now it's time for my number 3 favorite WrestleMania match. And this match is up there for a couple reasons. One, not only because I was at this match, I was actually at this WrestleMania where this match took place, but also it involved 2 of the biggest icons in wrestling. That's right, my number 3 favorite WrestleMania match, The Rock versus Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18 in Toronto, Canada. Now, like I said, I was at this WrestleMania, and it's one of those you had to be there moments. I've seen this match on video. It doesn't compare from being there. I went to Toronto for this Mania, like I mentioned, and the feeling that night, you cannot describe it. It was just intense. I cheered on Hogan. You know, I'm a Hogan maniac, lifelong Hogan maniac. You know, I dressed up like Hulk Hogan once for Halloween when I was a kid, and so I bought a Hogan sign to this mania, and I'm glad I get to like. There's not a lot of mania matches I can actually add my personal recollection. This is one of them because I was actually, like I said, in person to one of those 68,000 people to see this match live and just witness the crowd boo the Rock out the building. Rock was one of the biggest baby faces at the time, But, Scorpion King was about to come out, the start of Rock's budgeting movie career. So I think the turn kind of started there because I remember they put up an interview of The Rock on the screen and the crowd just booed his ass and then Hogan came out, yay! National Hall, they had a whole NWO redo there, but National Hall that got booed, but Hogan got cheered. And this match was just a fun match. It's not the most athletic match in the world. Just to see these 2 icons in the ring collide, the biggest star of the 80s and the biggest star of the 90s besides Stone Cold Steve Austin and WWE being The Rock. It was just a fun match, and actually being there in person adds to it. I was in the nosebleeds at the Sky Dome in Toronto with my dad and my friend, Matt. And just being there in person to witness this match, it just adds more to it because I'm a fan of both guys. And this is like the equivalent of Rock and Cena. Rock and Cena, many of those who went to that match can say they've been to that match unless they've been to the rematch. But because I know there was Rock Hogan rematch, but that was kind of a shitty rematch. But this match overall, man, it was just a fun match. Hulk Hogan had the crowd, damn, like I said, being there live, it was just intense. I've seen the match on film, and it doesn't compute. It's like I said, it's one of those you had to be there moments. You had to be in that building that night in the Stadium in Toronto to feel the electricity of that crowd, just siding with Hogan. Rock won that match, and that was the beginning of Hulk Hogan's face turn, where you would go back to the red and yellow. Because the crowd that night was just a Hogan freaks, and I was one of them that night. Actually, almost kind of, I don't, I don't call me out on this, but I actually cried when Hogan lost. Because I'm a Hogan guy. It's just an intense. I was so into it, and I forgot everything else after it. After that match, my brain was just fuzzed up, and I think everybody's brain was fuzzed because that match just got us so intense, and it's like the rest of the card didn't even matter because it's like, you know, that match was just excellent. Rock and Hogan is just a fun match to watch. So that's why this is why it's my number 3 favorite Mania match, Rock and Hogan WrestleMania 18, because you had 2 of the biggest icons wrestle. And a little bit added incentive to this being my number 3 is, like I said, I was there. I was there that night to see Hogan Rock. So, and I've been to a lot of events in my life. I've been to 2 WrestleManias. If you saw my top 5 favorite Manias, I've been to WrestleMania 18 and 23. I've been to Royal Rumble. Been to a couple walls. But my favorite wrestling moment of all time, the greatest thing that I get to say, like the greatest thing that I get to say that I was there in wrestling. My greatest moment of going to a wrestling event ever. My favorite wrestling moment, my favorite wrestling event was being at Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18. So I think that's my number 3 pick, my number 3 favorite Mania match. Get ready for my number 2 favorite Mania match in a few hours or so. So get ready for my number 2 favorite match. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the continuing countdown from Zach. Once again, thank you for watching. Sorry about the late upload for this. See you tomorrow. See you later for my number 2 favorite Mania match. See ya. Yeah.